What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol TWTR for Twitter Inc., of course. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will, of course, be an update. We had a trade idea going on from the weekly video from Sunday, and that did hit its target, breaking out of this range to the upside. Regardless, we're, of course, here to talk about the big conundrum with the Facebook earnings sort of debacle here and how that's impacting Twitter. It's very likely that we open on a gap down for tomorrow's session. Let me just zoom in here. You can see the devastation, right? Falling off of a cliff essentially after a bear flag formed on today's session. We're sitting, currently, what is this, 1365? We're currently sitting underneath the bottom end of this balance range that we had. So think about that. Breakout. All of these people are now wrong. All of these people are now wrong who started to accumulate there. We're currently underneath that. So a lot of selling pressure is here inside of Twitter. And I would start to think that these people are going to feel pretty disappointed, noting that at first things were working out great, right? And now to see all of that evaporate, maybe they just say, you know what, enough's enough. We're going to cut the loss. And that adds some selling pressure. And we'll just get to Monday's low, or, the prior Monday's low, right? In a fairly quick manner. It's not to guarantee that happens, but I could see it as being a likely scenario. Because we have a gap down, let's just go ahead and clear the drawing set here, start from scratch and put in the critical levels. We want to know the overnight low, the forecasted opening print, as well as today's low of day. If we align that with kind of where we're at, remember, we're opening just kind of at the low end of that prior balance. So here's the scenarios. If we open here and fail to take out the overnight low, so fail to find new sellers, then look for longs up and through the opening print, basically this area of support as well, for a rotation back to the top end of that range. I wouldn't push my luck and look for the full gap fill immediately, just noting that we have perfect highs that are stacked close to 35.20. So that's the first target if we get the sort of move to fill the gap overhead, and then monitor for continuation for the full gap fill at 36.25. Anything to the downside, so scenario number 2, the gap and go, is if we open here, put in bearish acceptance underneath that area, specifically because it is this area, the low end of consolidation. Again, I think it adds selling pressure, noting that these people are disappointed and wrong, and we easily make it to the Monday low here, if not lower. Okay, so let's search for a downside target together. I'm just going to grab some more time here. What's going on? Time frame. I don't want custom. This is what I want. There we go. So apologies for that. Anyways, grabbing some more time here, looking off to our left for things that are underneath 32 roughly, brings us to this area over here. What do we got? So very choppy chart from in the past. Look at how, sure, it was trending higher, but just gapping kind of all over the place. Interesting to see how that worked. Anyways, this to me strikes me as semi-important. We had this high, then a pullback low right at it. Didn't really respect it on that area right there. So we'll just go down to that next area of support around 28. And I'm not saying that Twitter falls all the way to 28 tomorrow. I just want to know where these structural elements are if we see a protracted downtrend in the stock over the next couple of weeks, if not months. Okay, so let me just expand this so we can see where that is in relationship to where we're at. Again, would I expect a bar like this for tomorrow? Probably not, but over the course of a couple of days, weeks, maybe even a month, yeah, certainly could be reasonable. Obviously, the earnings announcement itself for Twitter will be pretty telling as well, right? Do we just kind of stay flat down here? Is the damage already done, or is there more damage to do, right? So those are the questions I would start thinking about here in this name. If you enjoyed today's video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.